They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. This defense for the Jets, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. And the slot man goes in motion left. From midfield, here's Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
First down catch there by Jalen Waddle. What a promising debut for the 6th overall pick in the 2021 draft. Led all rookies with 104 receptions, mainly catching passes from his college teammate, Tua Tagovailoa.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he's got room. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Raheem Mostert with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Takes it at the 7. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Prescott looks to throw on 1st. It's caught by Davis. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Prescott. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
That's a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Prescott now from the 50. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. The Jets had 2 and 2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Prescott off play action. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Dolphins will take over here just shy of the 30. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off.
He's got a man complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
You'd think defenses might be a little more prepared for plays like this because so many offensive coordinators, when they get the ball after a turnover, they do like to dial up a deep ball right away. And if I were a defensive coordinator in this league, that's exactly what I would say to my defense before they went out to play. In this case, though, they didn't get the message, and a big play resulted. They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
Right. Smash, red. Blue striker.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Tua getting this out to the flat. Mostert. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Deshaun Jackson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now 14-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Takes it at the 7. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their 2nd drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
On 2nd and 10, Prescott. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And he's out right at the 25. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
On 2nd down, Mostert. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Black shot.
Jackson, the man in motion right.
Drill green.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. And that is incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. Now a hit and a loose football.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Prescott. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 47 yards.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline. And that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback. And he put it right where it needed to be.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Give the sack to Jerome Baker. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And some room to run now. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 69 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Connor. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter. As they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up.
Come on, set.
They'll run straight ahead with Wilson. They find some open field here. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Roster 6. 43 rounds.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill, 31 yards. And the Dolphins take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 21-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. Prescott. His throw incomplete.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. On play action, Prescott rolling to his left. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Let's go now.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tua finds Hill on the crossing route, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. Running the counter with Mostert. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
Hey, blue. Yellow, go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Tua. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Black Ultra. You, yell it.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. And incomplete on the deep ball.
So it looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Ready, break.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Tua sets up to pass it. And that will be incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the score. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
C.J. Mosley getting to him behind the line of scrimmage there.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
On 2nd and 12, Tua. This will be caught. It's Waddle. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Okay, ready?
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And going deep for Hill. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. In the second quarter, and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the route is on here in this first half. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw going to be caught by Davis. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down.
Now, that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Brandon Jones picking it off. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. I cannot imagine a more perfect half of football for one side, CD, and a more disastrous half of football for another side. But if you focus on the positive half, with this pick six, you look at where that lead is at, and to think that we are only in the second quarter. My goodness.
I love the expression. My goodness, indeed. Pretty obvious. It's a free fall out there. Everybody gets a chance to make a play. And if you're on the field, you've got a great chance of being the next guy that your teammates are celebrating.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York offense